Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. This video is for Saturday morning. I want to talk to you about holiday dishes gone wrong. Oh no, and that is me. I'm 52 years old, and I've been married since I've been 29, and even before that I was preparing holiday food. You would think by this time in my life I would learn from some of my mistakes, but alas, no. I want to tell you some mistakes that I've been making, and I'm going to be correcting them for next year. So I want to tell you what they are, see if any of you can relate to me, and maybe y'all could give me some advice. Number one, these are things that I've been learning. Prepare way ahead. A lot of times I don't prepare for a couple weeks ahead of time, and I'm rushing last minute, and then I end up getting stressed out. So have a notebook and prepare ahead, and a special notebook or whatever you want to keep your information on, so that you have all the ideas that you want. So maybe a month ahead you could start thinking about what you want for the holidays. So prepare sooner so you're not so stressed. Number two, this is my biggest holiday fail. Every year I want to try a couple new recipes, and occasionally they turn out. There are some things that I make really well that everyone loves in my family. For example, my homemade sweet potato casserole, the turkey and the mashed potatoes and gravy with the real cream. They all love that, okay? The pumpkin pie with the gingerbread crust, the apple crisp, all of that stuff made from scratch they love. But a lot of times I'll want to try a new dish or a new item, and like a fruit salad this year that ended up turning out soupy. The flavor was okay, but it was like a liquid soup salad. It was not the best, and I would not make it again. Well, it would have been smart if I would have tried some of these recipes not at the holiday time to see how they turned out, to see if I want to incorporate them into a holiday meal. So that is something that I've learned. Don't try a brand new recipe the night before Thanksgiving or the night before Christmas. Okay, so that's the big thing. Number three, don't be afraid to take shortcuts. I love to make everything from scratch, and I do have some easy quick meals that I make on weeknights, but for the holidays I like to make everything, including my crust, all from scratch, the rolls, everything. It's okay sometimes to take shortcuts. This year, for example, I bought the lemon meringue pie because I can't get meringue to stand up very well, so I bought a Marie Calendar lemon meringue pie. Al, my husband, thought it was delicious. Okay, another thing is, this is another major fail, and I did really well on this year, but I still forgot a couple things. Make sure you have all your ingredients on hand before you start preparing something, because it's really fun when you're in the middle of making something and you think you have an ingredient and you don't have it. That has happened to me several times. I've gotten better, but it occasionally happens. Or even if I'm not in the middle of making it, I forget something and have to send my husband out to the store to get it. So that's another item. The last but not least item is, don't think you have to make so many trendy things. A lot of times I think, oh, I want to make what everybody else has. For example, two items that I know a lot of people have at their meals, and there's nothing wrong with these items. I'll eat anything. I love both of these. Green bean casserole and macaroni and cheese. My family could care less. Well, my daughter likes mac and cheese, and it's not that they dislike, but they're not a favorite that they're just going to keep eating on. So one year I made green bean casserole, the original recipe, and they ate a little bit of it, but we had so many leftovers and no one to give them to. To be honest, I ended up having to throw some of it away because we couldn't eat it all. So make sure that your family likes what you're making instead of making something really trendy, or make maybe a half recipe of something you want to try so you don't waste it, or see if a friend will share some of it with you. Because a lot of times, at least my family members, they would rather have less food, and that gets to my last point. I make way too much food. If you came over here, you would think that I had a family of 100 people coming over to my house. I love to make umpteen different side dishes, salads. I make way too much food when my family would just rather have a simple dinner. But I go all out. I like to have 4 or 5 different desserts, about 7 side dishes, plus the main meat. You all would love coming over here because I have a lot of yummy, delicious things. So keep it simple. Don't be afraid to take some shortcuts. Make sure you have your ingredients. Don't try something new before the holiday. Those are just a few things that I'm learning. Hopefully by the time I'm 53, I'll have it down. Let me know what maybe you've learned from making holiday meals and some of your wonderful organizational tips I can learn from you. Thanks everybody. I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.